Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Let's get starting. Today we will start in downward facing dog. So you can already come to your mat. And doesn't need to be pretty for the first one. I don't know why it's not really well framed. It's not like I'm the tallest person. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, downward facing dog. So we're gonna just go down to our mats. And you can start to move it if you want. It's probably the first down dog of the day, except if you already had a session this morning. So you really letting your heels toward the back of the body. Press into the ball of your feet. Your toes are very light. And pressing into the ball of your feet to literally put your hips toward the sky. So it's really not the fact that you have your leg long. You can maybe straighten them more, but you really want to. It's really lowering. Sorry, my lower back. If I do that, it's gonna help me to put my hip crease a little higher. Press into your hands. Every single pad of your hand is very, very heavy. Move really, really grasp the mat with every single finger pad you have. And you have a cupcake underneath the palm of your hand, so and you don't want to smash it. So it's really trying to find that little balance on your hands. Your head is relaxed, your armor is often in your face, and you gaze in between your toes. Take a big inhale and exhale through your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Big inhale through your nose. Big exhale out. Last one, big inhale. And big exhale. We're going to very slowly roll to plank. And land to plank pose. And straight away, your legs are super engaged. You need to take the weight of your body to support the gravity following you down. Press your navel to your spine, the crown of your head towards the front wall, and your hips toward the floor. From here, you're going to step your right foot to the front of the mat, so you're bringing your right knee into your chest. You're trying to bring it as much as you can, as close as you can from your hands. And at some point, it's going to limit, like you're going to close, so maybe you bring in a little bit more space in your chest to step your foot to the front of the mat. Maybe you're grabbing your block and you're going to pulse open your hips straight away, so you dig really into your left hip flexor while you're proud of the torso. On your exhale, you press into the big mountain of your front toe while you're bringing your back heel high to square your hips to the front of the room. Maybe you bow a little forward. Inhale, bend your front knee, upward your torso. Proud chest, crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, press into your hands, into the big mountain of your front toe to take a long piano pose. Last one, inhale. Take the deepest stretch you can right now. We're warming up. Exhale, bring your hips back, and maybe you bow forward a little bit deeper with your torso. On your next inhale, you're going to look forward to the top of the mat and bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale through your flat back, bring your arms over your head, press into your feet. Exhale, arm by your side. Inhale, bring your arms back up. Exhale, bow forward, lift your quadriceps like you mean. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, with your flat back, plant your hands and step to the back of the room. And we're back right there. It's exactly the same as Tadasana. So we were just standing in mountain pose. But we just went to plank pose as well. So you're finding those familiar places. Again, it's not because they are easy, but you know them. So every time you go there, you know where you need to push, where you need to stop. Don't be too close to the wall. As you could see, it's pretty not very empty. And you put your forehead to the floor. Put your belly in, so that's gonna really avoid you to blow your ribs out when we're going up. Inhale, roll your shoulder away from the floor, press into the top of your feet to lift the back of the neck towards the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, roll your shoulder, press your feet so your kneecap lifting, and put your belly in while you're lifting the back of your head towards the sky. And really your shoulder helping your shoulder blades to come together in your back. Exhale, bow. Last one. Roll the back of your head toward the ceiling. Your legs are super engaged. Your belly is pressing into the back of your hands to lift a little higher. And then bow forward. From here, tuck your toes, prepare and engage your leg to press very firmly into your feet. Your elbows are pointing toward the sky. Inhale, exhale, press the floor away, go back to plank. Bring your hips back to the sky down. Big inhale. And big exhale. From here, we're going to bend our knees very, very deeply. Look forward and sprint to plank. Then your elbows halfway. Go back to plank, hips to the sky. We're going to take that a few times. And you can either do very fast, very slow, very big, or very small. You can remove any bend if you don't want to bend your elbows. You can remove the bend from your elbows. If your knees or your legs are getting tired, you can also remove the bend into your knees. But it's really to warm up the body. Last 3. Belly in, last 2. Look forward always. And last 1. Hips to the sky, big inhale, and big exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to roll to plank. Bring your left knee to your chest and step it in between your thighs. And we're going to grab our blocks. And you're really taking the stretch into your right hip flexor. Inhale, bend your knee upward your torso. Exhale, press into the corner of your front feet to bring your hips back up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, rebend. Upward your torso. Don't try to press too hard into your hands, but use your block or the pad of your feet to bring your chest a little higher. Exhale, both legs extended. Look forward on the next inhale and bring your right foot to meet your left foot. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, with your flat back, go back all the way up, arms overhead, press your feet into the ground. Exhale, arm by your side. Right, we're going to do a last round like that, and then we're going to move into some being a little bit of movement, more movement. Inhale, bring your arms back up. Exhale, bow forward, lift your back. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. With your flat back, plant your hands and step your right foot and your left foot to the back of the room. Bend your elbows, halfway chaturanga. Go back to plank, hips to the sky. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. On your next inhale, lift your right heel towards the back of the room. Try to keep your shoulder as square as possible. And your left heel is staying close to the mat while you're lifting your leg. Try to not go there. Really try to keep it as low as you can. Press evenly into both of your hands and bring your right knee to your chest when you come into plank. Bring your right foot to the front of the room and until your left knee to the mat. Inhale, upward torso, low lunge. Bring your ribs away from your upper rib away from your lower ribs. And you try to have your here hip flexor flex, but you bring your hip bone to your lower ribs. And for that, you engage your belly. Press into your front heel toward your back knee. Exhale, empty your left hand to your right knee and twist. Inhale, crown of the head toward the sky. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, both hands to the sky. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Tuck your back toe under and go forward, not up. So you really middle line. Inhale and exhale. Bring your knee away from the floor. Step your left foot toward the front of the room. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, press your feet really firmly into the mat to upward the torso, hands overhead. Exhale, arm by your side. Inhale, go back up, belly in. Exhale, bow forward, quadriceps lift. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot and your right foot to the back of the room this time. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, bend your elbows halfway, chaturanga. Keep your thighs away from the floor where you flip your feet. Exhale, bring your hips back to the sky. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, bring your left heel towards the sky. Your right heel is staying close to the mat. And no drama in the shoulder. Try to notice if you're doing like a full leaning toward the side like that and try really to square everything toward the front of the room. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee to your chest and step as far as you can between your thumbs, your left foot. Empty your right knee towards mat. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, right hand, left knee. Open your chest to the side. Try to have your hips away from your back knee. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, belly in, twist. On your exhale. Inhale, both hands to the sky. Nice stretch into that hip flexor. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, look forward where you're lifting your right knee away from the mat. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, with your flat back all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, keep your arms up while you bend your knee and you drop into Utkatasana. Bring your inner thighs together. Your feet are either together or hip width distance apart, but you should be able to see your toes if you peekaboo at your lower part. And to do that, you put your chin a little bit to the back of the room and you sit your butt a little lower on that chair. Your sternum is pointing high and your arms are super straight. Your neck is neutral, your belly is in. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step to the back of the room. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your elbows halfway, chaturanga. Really bring your elbows to your ribs. Flip your feet, upward the torso, Urdhva Mukha, thighs away from the floor. And I open my chest, crown of the head to the sky. Exhale, hips back up, down facing dog. Inhale, step your right foot to the front of the room. Empty your back heel at 45-degree angle, so your left toes are pointing toward the front of the mat. Inhale, bend your front knee, warrior one. Bend really into your front knee. Exhale all the way through chaturanga if you can. Bend your elbows, foot your feet. Urdhva Mukha. Hips to the sky, Adho Mukha. Next inhale, left foot to the front of the room. Empty your right heel, arms overhead, warrior one. You press into the back edge of your back foot, and you bend into your front knee. Exhale through chaturanga all the way down, then your elbow halfway. Inhale and exhale. 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, you're going to look forward, bend your knees, and either take the little step, or jump to the front of the room. Inhale, flat back, exhale, bow forward. Inhale with your flat back, bend your knees, lower your hips to upper the torso, chair pose. Go as low as your arms are going up. Bend your knees and breathe. Belly in, last 2. And last one, Savastiti, arm to your heart center. Put your hand by your side. Regroup. Breathe. Maybe you close your eyes. And stay on your mat. Try to feel the buzz of the movement coming to life into every muscle. Bow forward, lift your quadriceps. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step to the back of the room. If you don't want or if you don't know how to take the chaturanga, I should have said that before. It's very important for me that you keep your hip lifted away from the floor because it's really what's going to protect your lower back. So if you don't know how to do with your hips, you can keep your toes tucked under. You're taking the push-up, so you're still working on your triceps. But then you're going back up and you're just lowering your hips, leaving your hips, but your back toes are still tucked. And you open your chest. That's going to have like a smaller back bend, hips to the sky. And the finger pads are very heavy. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your right heel toward the sky. Try again to keep your left heel toward the mat. On your next exhale, you bring your knee to your chest. You're going to step your right foot to the front of the room and come to high lunge. Oops, excuse me. So, yeah, sorry, we are in high lunge. And we are bending our front knee. On your next exhale, you're going to interlace your finger behind your back to really open your chest. And maybe you go a little deeper in the bend of your front knee. Your heel, your back heel is above your back toes. That's helping to keep your hips square. And maybe you have a little bend into your back. On your next exhale, you're going to bow forward and bring your hands overhead to still continue to open your shoulder. And your neck is neutral. Inhale here, and exhale, bend your knees a little deeper. Put your belly in. On the next inhale, you're going to look forward, and you're going to press into your left foot to come to warrior three with your hands on your back. Your lifted leg is super engaged. Your belly is also going towards your spine and pointing the crown of your head toward the front. On your next inhale, maybe you're bringing a little small bend into your standing leg to open your chest to the side wall. And you're going to transition to half moon with your bind. And maybe it's not working, so maybe you remove your bind, but maybe you try a little longer. Your body is very smart, so it's not gonna make you fall. And you landing very nicely in warrior 2 feet. Front heel back arch alignment, your front toe is tracking with your second toe. Your front knee, is tracking with your seventh toe. I'm very sorry. Your front knee is tracking with your second toe. And you're also pressing very, very deeply into the back edge of your back foot. And the fact that you still have the bind, hopefully, is going to help to keep your shoulder above your hips. On your next inhale, you're going to open your arm and bend a little deeper into your front knee. From here, we're going to go to real half moon. So you're going to look forward and you're going to lift your back leg towards the sky. And that flying leg is super engaged. As soon as it's leaving the floor, you're flexing your feet. That's helping to have more balance. Use your leg and open your arms side to side to bring your chest to the side wall. And from here, we're going to just put flying hands to our side or behind our back. We're going to try to work on the shoulder opening today. You're going to bend your front knee very, very lightly to land into extended triangle. And you can use the block you are having right now to put outside of your front knee. And you use the bind to open your chest a little bit more. We bend into your front knee, put your right butt cheek under, and you're going to bring your right arm underneath your head and your left arm above your head to find your face. Elbow obliques, belly in, last two, and last one. You're going to reframe your your chest to the front of the mat and empty both of your hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Bend your elbows half from chaturanga. Either you're pressing back up to plank and dip your hips, or you just taking a regular vinyasa. Belly in, crown of the head high, kneecaps away from the floor, and press the floor away to bring your hips back to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your left heels towards the sky, while you're keeping your right heel close to the mat. Belly in, press into your finger pads. Exhale, go to plank and bring your left knee with you. You scoop a little bit more to give some space and step to forward. Maybe to your back knee. Arm overhead, gaze big. On your next exhale, interlace your finger behind your back to open your chest. You are coming to the same type of variation. From here, you're going to look forward and press into your back heel, to take off to warrior 3. And you can see that my body is not aligned the same way on my left side. So to make sure that my hips are square to the front of the room, I'm going to bend into my left knee. That's helping me to stay in the right place. And eventually, one day I will be able to straighten my left leg. But it's injured and it doesn't want to work right now. So I find modifications that are working for me. You don't want to work with the bind today, so totally fine. And I'm going to try to open my chest to the side wall, to warrior 3. And for that, I'm really using the strength of my flying leg to open it a little bit more. And I'm landing lightly in warrior 2 with my bind to help the square of my shoulder and make sure they are above my hips. My back leg is super engaged, and I press into my back edge of the back foot as much as I bend into my front. Open your arms side to side, warrior 2. Crown of the head towards the sky. index finger away from one another, and you're pressing down with your hands. Look forward, maybe you have a block over there, and you're gonna go flying back to Ardha Shandrasana, half moon pose. Your lifted leg is straight away engaging, and you're opening your chest toward the side wall. Try to not put all the weight into your lower wrists, and maybe you're just going on fingertips to help to do that. You're gonna take your flying hands, and maybe you're gonna land it on the side or on your back to take, again, oops, that little bind. Sorry about that. That little bind that we were taking earlier, and bend into your standing leg to land slightly into extended triangle. Utthita Pardha Konasana. So you having here that knee pressing into your arm, so you keep your knee aligned with your toes. Your left butt cheek is carving under, and you're opening your chest to the side of the wall. Press into your back heel and the back edge of your back foot. And maybe you bring your right arm overhead and your left arm overhead, underhead. From your face, reach tall, reach big. Bend a little bit more. And re-square your shoulder and your hips to the front of the room. Empty both hands to the mat. Bring your left foot to the back of the room. Bend your elbows, half foot chaturanga. Flip your feet above the torso, Urdhva Mukha. Use your belly to bring your hips back to the sky. And big inhale here. And big exhale. We're going to fly through that another time. Flow to that. Or fly even. Up to you guys. And then we're going to do some standing work. So on your next inhale, bring your right heel toward the sky and press the ball of your back foot. Your arms are super straight. Bring your right knee toward your chest while you're scooping and press the floor. Step your right foot to the front of the room. Inhale, while the torso, high lunge. On your next exhale, you're going to bring your hands to your lower back and then interlace your arm to open your chest. Bend a little bit more into your front knee. And maybe this time you're going to bow forward to take the stretch a little bit deeper in your shoulder. Bend into your front knee. Your back heel is very high, your belly is here. Look forward to press and take off warrior three with your bind. If you don't want the bind, you can bring your hands to your heart center or your hands overhead. Up to you, and depending on the space you have. Otherwise, you try to keep the bind, your lifted leg is super engaged, and you're trying to twist and open your chest to the side wall. Maybe you have a slight bend into your right knee to make it a little bit easier, more stable. And you're going to land low and back. Warrior 2 feet, front heel back arch alignment, bend into your front knee, open your chest. Open your arms side to side and bend a little bit deeper. Your front toe are pretty light, but you're pressing your hands towards the floor. Index finger away from one another. The neck is long and you're pointing the top of your head towards the sky. Inhale, straighten your front leg, reverse your triangle. Exhale, triangle into the mountain of your front foot. Overextend that front leg. Put a little bend into your right knee and open your chest to the side wall. From here, take the block with you. Maybe you rebend slightly your front knee to take off to Ardha Shandrasana, half moon pose. And during the transition, I didn't lower my flying arm. Maybe that's a challenge, and maybe next time you're going to keep your gaze back at your hands. Take your flying leg, either you put it to the side And the heavier arm you ever had, are you putting it to your back to take the bind or the half bind into your back? Find a standing here. Bend to your standing leg to land very, very lightly into extend triangle. And here you have exactly the same front back arch alignment. You stand a little shorter than the warrior two, and you have your knee above your ankle. And you're really using the pressure of the floor to open your chest a little bit more. If you want to prepare for the bind, maybe you can put your front, your right hands, rather than being on the back to open your chest a little bit more. I put it on the back so you can understand the motion of the spine. But if you want to take the bind, you can already start to put your right hand into inside of the right leg. And you your right arm under your head, your left arm over the head. Breathe in, get tall, it's square, let your breath until you release to the mat. Land onto your left side, and you're going to go on the other edge of your left foot to the two side. Oops. Your feet are super flex. Then you're pressing into your, both of your arms actually. You want to try to find some help higher and higher in the ceiling. And the base is either high to your thumb or to the side. Go back to plank. Then you are going to touch on that. With your feet. Over and adding. Inhale. And exhale. On your inhale, you're going to just feel that you are this way. Exhale, you need your chest going to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot to the front of your leg. Inhale, high lunge. Try to feel your hips and really use the leverage of that front heel toward the back. Left back heel is very high. And place your arm at your lower back, open your chest, maybe you look up. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward to that modified underwater. Inhale, look at the top edge of your lap and press into your right foot to stand up to warrior two. Engage your flying leg straight away. Your toes are pointing down. And I also have a bit of bend into my left leg to help to square everything you have. Inhale here. Exhale, try to start turning and opening your chest to the side wall. And you see, I really don't move my eyes because that's really going to help me to stabilize my balance when I'm still trying to open my chest to the wall. Bend into the left knee and step long and back. While at 2 feet, bend into the front knee. Really shallow. Press into the back of the back foot. Open your chest. Open your arms side to side. Bend a little bit deeper. Press into your hands. Turn up the head toward the side. Exhale. Apart your straighten your front head. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Take a stretch into your side ribs. The parallel both come to the side, and maybe you look at your back hand to lower very, very slowly to triangle pose to the and both sides of your waist are very low. Your eyes eventually are going up, but you can also be to the side wall. And you really want to have your chest as open as possible. So you're leaning a little bit toward the back and extending your arms as much as possible. Belly in, And when you from here look to the front of the room. Maybe you try with your right hand to keep it high, block this, maybe even keep your eyes toward the sky, and you're trying to land with your block. It was a very bad one. But that's okay. I tried and press into both of your fingertips to get your chest as open as possible. Your flying feet is engaged, your belly is in, and you're reaching the crown of the head toward the front head. Inhale, you're gonna bring your arms to the side or behind your back to open your chest a little bit more. And you're gonna slap long and back to extended triangle. With this kind of extended triangle, it will be 1 foot shorter and 1 foot length shorter than your warrior 2. And you bend into your feet. You curve your butt cheek under to make sure that your side is long chest. And so you can just stay here and bring your left arm inside of your front leg, bend into your front knee from the child, and that's how you need to prepare for the bind. If you don't want to, you can go directly to your oblique activation with your left arm under, your right arm over, and reach the crown of the head between your hands, bend a bit more into the right knee, your front knee, sorry, with square hips and chest to the front of the room, and to both of the hands on the mat. Land into your right hand, and go to the razor edge of your back foot to land into side plank. Try to be as straight as Tadasana. So we have the same length in between our side bodies. Everything is pushing, pressing, engaging. You look at your lifted hand while you really reaching as high as possible with that left hand. Go back to plank. Maybe you're doing a 3 arms plank, 3 legs plank. Both hands to the mat. Bend your elbows half a check longer. Keep your feet upon your torso. Bring your hips back to the sky. Adding big inhale here. And big exhale. On the next inhale, you're going to look forward, bend your knees. And you just take some bunny hops, some jump of joy. So the jump of joy is you're going to try to bring the sole of the feet together. And maybe you're doing some claps. We don't know. Maybe that can work. Eventually you landing at the foot of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. You're going to grab your big toes, your laterals. Maybe you have your feet with the sense apart, and bow forward. Grab your toes with your 2-piece finger. Inhale, take a flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Open your elbows east to west. And really press the big toes into your finger. And your finger into the big toes to stretch your back. And that's your head. Maybe you shake side to side, yes and no. Take one more breath. Maybe you take one flat back here once more. Exhale, going a little lower. Release your hands from the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release your flat back. Coming all the way up. Arm overhead. Exhale, arm by your side. So I should have warned you before, but we're going to work with a strap today. If you don't have a strap, you can also use like maybe a sock. I think that can work like that. Or if you have a dog leash or a cat leash or whatever type of thing that can, or a belt, just a regular belt, you can go grab it. And we're going to try to do some quadriceps engagement and stretching. So
we already did few of those things for the last classes, but we just want to take engagements to the front and then do dance circles. So we're gonna, hopefully you have the time. Now I'm gonna take a sip of water, so I'll give you 2 more seconds to grab that. All right, it's time. So you're gonna step your right, the ball of your right foot into the belt. Then you're gonna grab it with your right hand. You're gonna bring your left hand to your hip, and you're really trying to be as tall as possible. And you're gonna make an effort to not do anything weird with your back. So we tend to lean very, very back to make sure that we are really make an effort to stay as tall and high as possible. Crown of the head should not leave the ceiling, so the chin is parallel to the floor, and you don't move that. And we're just going to lift the right feet away from the floor, and you're having the right feet lifting because your quadriceps is engaged, not because you have a very strong arm. And see, I'm already leaning a little bit, so I'm going to just make my stride a bit shorter, so I'm making sure that I'm having the right tension into my feet. My leg doesn't need to be fully straight, and especially if I'm very flexible, you don't want to overextend your knee. So you're keeping a little bit of the bend, but you still having your feet very much engaged. You're reaching the crown of the head very high. Last 3 breaths here. That leg is also super elevated in left leg. And I'm trying to really keep my spine very, very long. From here, I'm going to bring my right feet towards me, give a little bit more room into the strap, and bring my right feet to my back. And I'm going to go for the quad stretch. So here, and that left leg is getting very tired. So or just trust the process. If it's a challenge right now, that means that you're going to have a release at some point. So you're right here. We try to bring our right foot to the back of us. So you see my knees are pretty much aligned. So I really want to start here and have my hips above my knee as well. And I'm going to try to lift, now I'm going back to the side view. I'm going to try to lift even better. My feet away from me. But again, it's not because I have a strong arm, it's because I use my arm string. And actually, the hand and the strap is just helping me to keep everything in line. And you try to press your feet into the strap into your feet. And you really bring those hands to the strap to get your feet a little further, and you're reducing the strap. Those elbows are turning your face, press your feet into the strap, open your chest, feet into the strap, palm of the hand to the side, the leg, catch my feet, shut it, you play slowly, and it's a very deep back bend, so we're going to just see behind on the knees and the movement maybe use your side. You go back to center, we're going to put that on the side. Then we do a little flow, and then we're going to rest. So left side, you're going to bring the ball of the left foot onto the strap. And maybe you're taking it already a bit shorter. As I told you before, my left leg is a bit of a struggle, so I'm not going to straighten it all the way. And I will really put my intention into my shoulder and the part of my head. So I really want my shoulder above my hip and the part of the head staying high towards the sky. And I'm going to bring my left toes, feet, whatever, feet towards the front wall. And it's like I want to step into that front wall, but I don't want to lean with my hand. It's fine. I really want to stay really much engaged there. Down as the head towards the sky, maybe your right leg is super strong. And maybe bring your leg a little higher. Last few breaths, press into your right foot, and get tall. On the next exhale, you're going to bring your left foot to your back. However you want to do it, you can also use a strap and just do it slower. If you want to extra challenge on the right leg, maybe you stay lifted here and your left foot is now into your back. Your knees are very much aligned to one another, so you maybe having a look in, or you can try to feel it, breathe in, crown of the head is still going very high to the and you use your arm string to bring your feet higher. Like I would be able to not touch into the strap. I don't have a cramp for me, so I'm just going to try to remove the cramp and go back at it. So again, I use everything which is touching the string is lifting and contributing to the overall back leg. And you get really higher with that fit, and you're really engaging your belly. Your elbows are forming your face, and you're pressing your feet to the strap into the feet. Use your arm string. Last three, maybe a little higher. Last two, and then last one. Those feet to the mat. Try to go slowly. Maybe you wiggle your leg a little bit. You can reach your strap. We've done with that. And maybe we take that contact parts of the lower back here. Go back to mountain pose and bring your arm over. Exhale, bow forward. You should have your back definitely more open than it was at the beginning of the class. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step to the back of the knee. Then your elbows halfway pattern down. Keep your feet above the torso, open the kneecaps away from the floor. Open your chest and use your belly to bring your feet back to the sky. Inhale here. And let's inhale, we're going to lift your right heel towards the sky. We're going to bring your right heel towards your left wrist and your right knee to your right wrist. Pigeon pose. So it's a bit of a both back bends and hips opening. So either you stay here and it's totally fine. If you want to take a deeper stretch, maybe you go a bit lower. You can put a block underneath your chest. I really encourage you to bring your arms over your head. It has an advantage to your spine and to your back. I try to not bump into a bend here, so maybe you're pressing your right knee toward your back foot. That's helping you to have everything in the right place once more. And maybe the block helps at first, but maybe then you can remove it and you can put it under your head. And if you feel open enough, maybe you can go over it. Your belly sleeping to this space. Your belly.
Yeah, the last 5 breaths on your own time here. And when your 5 breaths are done, you're going to switch sides. So either you're going back to down, facing dog, maybe you bring your legs feet around the spine, moving your feet. You can flip the dog if you want to flip the dog. The difference between flip dog and box style, I don't know if it's really one, but flip dog for me is like that with both knees bent, and box style is a bit more stylish. It's like a leg extended maybe to the field, and you have a deeper stretch into it. Relax your head here as well. Go back to down dog and switch sides. Left foot towards the spine. Maybe you bring in your left ankle to your right wrist, left knee, left wrist, and you're landing into the. For me, this one on my left side, especially today, is not feeling amazing. So I'm going to go to figure 4. And just come here. So I'm using the wall here to put my right knee in the right position. And as I was doing earlier with that dancer, we really want to not bend. So we don't want to be there, or we don't want to be like at the beach. Not even saying to the outside. So we really want to engage, keep our chest proud. And maybe you're using your abs to just get high and make sure that you're not using your arm or your shoulder. If you know and you're able to tell yourself that you're not leaning too much into your back, maybe you just put fingertips on your mat. That's going to help to keep your shoulder, your chest open, but also definitely opening my left hip. So because I press my chest toward the front wall, and I put my sit bone towards the floor, that's really helping my pelvic floor to just go a little on the back and open. It's a different type of motion to have with the stretch. Last 3 breaths. That's good. And last one. From here, we are going to take a side stretch. So we did quite of some engagements into our side body today. So we can, it's going to take a variation of Jan Shashasana. So we have our legs straddle like that, and we're going to bend one of our knees. So I'll start with my bending my left knee. So I'm just going to bend it like that. And see my opening between my legs are still pretty big. I'm trying to get the same height with my spine. And I'm going to thread that right knee, my right hand under my left side. And the weight of that is going to keep that right arm as low as possible. And maybe your elbows is going into the floor, and maybe you're even able to grab your chin with your right hand or your left foot, your left leg, even maybe your foot for people who are really flexible. But please don't do it if it hurts. I really cannot do it from my lower back. For me, my back is super tight, so I just don't go there. I'm using the shape to have a deeper stretch. The sit bone are very heavy, and as you could see, I open my chest by bringing my left arm over my head.
When I looked under my arm, and my head is looking toward the front wall, so my spine is staying very simple. Use the weight of the left leg on your right hand. Maybe you're going to inhale the toe, exhale twist. Let's inhale or exhale just on the breath. Then let's have to careful. Straightening your left leg. You get a little bit side to side. And you're going to take the same thing on the other side. That means that you're going to bend from my right leg and bringing my left hand under my right leg. Maybe you grabbing the chin, maybe you grabbing the foot, maybe just the side of the thigh. And see this side from me, I'm not able to go lower, so I'm putting my elbow on my thigh to press my shoulder open. Now I come towards the side, and then both sides are different. Try to have your right knee having these bones going towards the floor. Maybe open your chest. This one. Make your right hand to the front, maybe one with the top. Last breath. Last two. And last one. Go back to center and prepare to just go into Shavasana. So either you are already sitting, maybe you have a wall and you want to put your leg up the wall. Maybe you have a block that you want to put in the second area and you want to bring your legs to the sky. Like that, really needs to be in the flat part of the back. Otherwise, you just go into the back, take room onto your space. Maybe you open your arms to the side, maybe you open your legs slightly. If you have a favorite inversion to do at the end, maybe if you know how to practice the shoulder stand or even the last downward facing dog if you want to do it. Last one, last thing, if you want to do it breathing, take a deep breath through your nose and keep it inside. Another sip, keep it. Another one. And then Shavasana. If you have a little fast, if you are within and you need to get ready in the day, please come to a sitting posture, however you want to come. Either you go to one side and take fetal position, or you just extend all the same spine and come back. And send it back, and eventually then it's 7, 5, 6. Bring your hands to your heart center, bow your chin towards your hands, and just our gratitude. Bring your thumb to your third eye center, nutrition. I thank you for the time and the trust. Go in peace. Namaste. Thank you. See you very soon.